Welcome! Today we are going to be working on these two fishbone flowers for our whimsical flower hoop. I'm going to be stitching here in the center in teal, but the exact same method applies to this flower over here that's purple. So we're going to start with our dark teal color, which is 3834, nope, not right, 3848. 3848, and I have 3 strands of floss on my needle. Now I'm going to come up right here at the center, at the tip of our flower, and I'm going to come down to the tip of this line here. We're going to make a straight stitch. Now, if you were following along and saw how we did raised fishbone here, the method is very similar for traditional fishbone. So I'm going to come up to the side, just my needle width to the side of the first stitch, and then I'm going to cross over to the other side, not other side, the far side of this line we have down here, just like that. And then we're going to repeat on the other side. What we do on one side, we do on the other side with fishbone. So I come up on the line right next to that first stitch. Figure out what's going on with my knot. There we go. And then I'm going to reflect and go down over here. Then we again repeat. Now we're going to go up on the left, just like our first stitch. I missed the line. There we go, right on the line. And I'm going to go down right below this stitch right here. And then we go to the right side. Go up right on the line at the top. And down right on that opposite side. And what's going to happen is it's going to make this nice woven fishbone-y texture here down through the center of our flower. So we keep coming up on one side, crossing, going down in the middle, and then come up on the other side. Let's check in real quick. As I am getting closer to the bottom here, I am bringing my crossing over needle points closer into the center because I'm going to start running out of space here at the bottom. So I'm just bringing them in closer to the line. And I will continue to follow this shape all the way down to the bottom. And at some point here, I'm probably going to run out of space for a full overlap to happen. And if that happens, what I'm going to do is just fill in with a little bit of satin stitch along the edges. At this point though, I think we might have just enough space left. I tried to plan it so that you'll have just enough space left. But depending on how you stitch it, you might run out of a little bit of space. So you can see here at the bottom, my cross points are basically just right on the line at the same place, bringing this flower into a single point at the end instead of crossing. All right, it looks like I ended right on the line, right where I wanted to be. Yay. If you got all the way down to your stem right here and you still had space left on the sides, what you do is you just come up and work a couple satin stitches that come down under here. If you'll remember our orange flower over here, you can check out that tutorial. I'll link it. you can just feed a couple stitches under here so that the whole sides are filled in. Now I'm going to anchor off our darker teal color, and then I'm going to trade to our lighter teal color, 959, and we will finish our flower. Now with 959, we're going to make some accent lines similar to our last satin stitch flower. Let me show you real quick. You can see here, we're going to make accent lines with the lighter color of floss. So I'm going to come up here along the edge, just a little bit up, close to the edge. And I'm going to go up through our stitching and down on that center line of overlapping stitches. And then I'm going to make a similar one on this other side because I like how that looks. These are completely free form, so whatever feels best to you, that's what you should do. And then I'm going to go up a little bit onto this side and make one, bringing them down here into the center, and then up on this side, down into the center, and then I might make just one more here up through the center. So we're looking for about 5 or 6 lines. I think I made a few more in my initial stitching of this hoop, but I'm liking how this looks today, so I'm going to go with that. And then we're going to stitch a French knot on each of these little dots to finish. It's just a single wrap French knot, and we want them to be floating above our flower. We don't want them touching, so make sure that you space enough up that your knot will not touch. So to make a French knot, thread in the left hand goes around to needle in the right hand, wrap the thread around one time, put your needle back in very close to the same spot, pull the thread down to the fabric, hold it out of the way as you pull your needle down, and then we repeat 3 more times. All right, there we are done with our teal fishbone flower. We're going to do the same thing over here, just in purple, and then you will be done with today's stitching.